would not be the same. Few people laughed. Few people cried. Most people were silent. I remembered the line from the Hindu scripture, the Bhagavad Gita. Vishnu takes on his multi-armed form and says, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Hey guys, Robert and Ingrid here as we're continuing the Millennium Saga as we go into Godzilla against Mecha-Godzilla, the first part of the Kiryu duology.
Woohoo!
And well, you go right ahead then, tell me what you thought.
All I can say is I haven't seen a single Mecha-Godzilla film that disappointed, and this one's no exception. It's really strong. This time, Mecha-Godzilla is instead sort of created around the bones of the original Godzilla. And that means that you have some interesting technical problems, to say the least. Although they might not actually just be technical, as we later learn.
Right. But basically in this world, it's similar to all the other ones, of course. 54 is the only one that existed. And this is the first one since 2000 where there's two Godzillas that have existed. And yeah, we're introduced basically to the case where Godzilla's been rampaging around. It's basically, look at this like a remake of Godzilla against Mecha-Godzilla 2, but with all the other movies and, to sympathize with anything. Is that a good way of putting it?
Yeah, it's just like, alright, let's do our new take on Mecha-Godzilla for a new generation.
Wasn't that much of a generation, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kiryu is a fan favorite. I can see why. He's not my favorite Mecha-Godzilla, but again, I can see why people adore him.
Yeah, it's just like, I think this is the first time that we've seen a Mecha-Godzilla that isn't just a machine.
You're right, exactly. And again, it's following in it's like it's a mixture of the Heisei and Showa era, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I sort of see where you're going with that one.
It's the extraordinary origins of the Showa, but with still the grounded human-builtness of the Heisei.
And it's a very good balance. Also,
Definitely.
once again, we're continuing with the strong leading lady in kaiju trend, this time with Akane.
Yep, and spoiler alert, she's only in this movie, which was a bummer.
Yeah, because, she starts out, Godzilla emerges again, and she kind of ends up being the scapegoat, taking the blame for it, even though it was definitely not her fault. And she ends up getting relegated to a desk job, and, well, that understandably bums her out a lot.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it would bum anyone out, especially when they feel so sure about stopping him. And in anything, like I say, the title, Godzilla against Mecha-Godzilla. And think about that title. It's against. They're not actually, because they don't fall in verses until the end. You know what I mean?
And yeah, it definitely doesn't end quite the same as a lot of the other movies that we've seen.
Well, sorry, go on.
Yeah, they leave it a little bit more open-ended, probably on purpose, but it's just like, okay, we've driven Godzilla back, for now.
And the Absolute Zero Cannon didn't do much.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from freeze a bunch of buildings. But I will give this is definitely the most maneuverable Mecha-Godzilla.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. Oh, and hold on. I want to check one thing. Oh yeah, and what about the stuff with Mothra?
She was just kind of brought up once in this movie.
Oh
as
yeah,
sort of
but
like
there's a purpose.
Threat, and it's just like.
There's a purpose, though, of course.
Of course, I didn't find. Of course, there's a purpose later, but at the time it was just, really? You're gonna bring her up as a one-off reference?
Yep, that's very true. But again, though, I mean, there's so much in here, but I feel like a lot of this is set up, but also not in the way you think. It actually, it turns out this movie duology is tied into, as canonicity with a lot of Showa films.
Oh! Now
Yeah,
that's a surprise.
Most of the one-shots.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah, Rodan, Varan the Unbelievable, the Mysterians, Mothra, Frankenstein Conquers the World. So many of them, and that's just in this movie. The next one has even more.
Huh, maybe we'll have to look at those next time. It'll be interesting.
That'll be our kaiju marathon instead of Godzilla-san.
That's fair.
But not a whole lot to say that we won't be saying on the next movie. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would. While they're both very strong, I definitely think that this one is, like, just barely the weaker of the two, because, yeah, while as much as I love Akane, it really, and there are a lot of strong elements, it's really building up to what we get in movie 2.
And also the notion of Kiro going rogue, only one scene. There's so much potential there.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, this is going to be one of our shorter ones, but that's because we're going to save a lot of our talk for the next one, because basically a lot that we want to talk here, we're more talking about the next one.
Mm-hmm.
So, you want to just end it here and move on to the next one?
Sounds good to me.
We'll see you guys on the next one tomorrow then. Sorry to make this such a shorty. See ya.